Hey guys, PrinceofMacedon here. I'm going to do a commentary video for Total War Rome 2. This is a Macedon versus Lusitani battle. I'm commanding the Macedonians. My opponent's name is LanceUppercut, commanding the Lusitani. And this map is very weird. It's a giant mountain, basically. Anyways, my army. I went with a rush army here. 2 Aspis, 1 Light Lancer, 4 Royal Peltas, and 5 Thorax Swords. My opponent went almost with a full stack of army troops, but he left out 2 slots. But he did a pretty good job filling those slots, though. A lot of Lusitani nobles, a lot of veteran shield warriors, 4 Balearic slingers, and 5 Iberian cav. Iberian cav is very light on armor, though, so this should be used best as hit and run. But he has that skirmish edge right there. You can see that. And well, that's all I gotta say about that. This map is in Brigantium, and I wanted to fight on a heavily forested map. It said it was there were a lot of trees in this. There were trees, but it wasn't what I was expecting. It was more spread out. The biggest feature on this map you'll see is a giant freaking mountain. Look at that freaking mountain right there. So he starts off on the top. I start off on the side here. Reason why I deployed all my troops on this side, I was looking for guerrilla units because he's using the Lusitani, so I wanted to uproot them before the main battle started. So I sent my cav ahead forward first. Those are my Sarissa cav leading the way, just scouting out the terrain, looking for where he might be hiding guerrilla units. But as you saw on the previous screen, he had no guerrilla units. The guerrilla units you can hide in you can hide those guerrilla units in no man's land. But that was my my first concern when the battle started. It's my Aspis, but yeah, my Sarissas are leading the way. And my infantry is trailing behind, and they are invisible to the enemy at this time. Most of them are. And here's some of my opponent's visible troops right now. Slingers, veteran shield warriors. He has a lot of veteran shield warriors. But he also has those Balearic slingers, Lusitani nobles, and those Iberian cav. And yeah, I just started the first minute or so, you know, just scouting out these trees, looking for where he might be hiding. Those guerrilla units. See? Just scouting this whole area out. But it's pretty much clear for my infantry to just keep pressing forward up here. But he does have that pretty sweet elevation right there. Here's a close-up of those veteran shield warriors. Very colorful. Now, I'm not a fan of the Lusitani themselves, but I am a fan of one of their great leaders, Viriatus. He's one of my favorite commanders of all time. And he's more of a guerrilla commander. Not my style, but I still love reading about him. What little there is about him. Whereas with the Macedonians, I like pretty much everything about them. This is my infantry body. Again, this is a huge rush army that I'm using right now. Not a single skirmisher in my army. Although my guys, they will throw crap before they charge. But that's not really the same thing. It's my light horsemen here. My Sarissa cav. So they're on the edge of this tree line here. So next I wanted to scout this area out right here. And eventually get some guys up here so I can see what my opponent's troop composition looked like. So when he sees me moving that way, this way, he decides to cut me off here. So he really wants to take advantage of his terrain, and you can see more of his troops visible now. For those Lusitani nobles, so you can see what they look like. I mean, I'm sure you've seen them before, but for this battle, I want you to see them again. Well, here you go. This unit. Lusitani nobles. I think I'm actually, it's only one Lusitani noble. The rest are veteran shield warriors, I think. And then the Balearic Slingers and the Iberian Cav. So that's his deployment. It's actually kind of flat right here. But nevertheless, I put my cav up here. This is my Sarissa cav. I want to, you know, get better eyes on my opponent. So around this time, he decides, he sees my cav right there. He sees I only have 2 of them, and he decides to go for a charge on him. But I don't think he realizes just how strong Aspis are in a melee fight. So I'm going to countercharge here. And I was feeling pretty confident, plus my swordsmen were nearby to support. See these guys? I already sent them up when I saw his cav charging down. But you can see how fast his cav gets destroyed. Look at that. This unit of Iberian cav is down to 16. The other one's down to 24. Yeah, my Aspis are really good at this kind of fighting here. Yeah, in Alexander the Great's time, these guys were not carrying shields. That happened later on. In Alexander's time, they just carried the Zeiston spear. It's a shorter version of the Sarissa. But yeah, when he saw how badly mauled his cav was getting against my my Aspis, he decided to bug out of there. Plus, my swords were nearby. So let's look at the damage. These guys are down to 37, not bad. This one's down to 18. This one down to 14. But now I'm in range of his slingers there. So now I had to make sure that I get out of there, not take too much damage from the skirmishers. Definitely a huge concern. And I remember my Sarissa cav over here. They got in range of his slingers as well. And I lose a lot of horses there. Look, they're down. They're minus 11 horses due to my carelessness. So no more wreck missions on this side for them, at least for now. So when I see him just sitting there, I decide to pour all my my Royal Peltist. Well, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put my Royal Peltist on the extreme wings here. They're gonna be the outflanking force. It hasn't happened yet, but that is what happens. And then my Thorax swords will come up the middle. As for my Aspis, I'm gonna send them all the way around this way, so that they stay hidden from the enemy, and they can circumnavigate this this defensive perimeter that he's building here. So my goal here is just to take these guys all the way around, all the way around, all the way around, and appear behind the enemy over here. If he keeps responding to that, to my cav movement, which you can't see anymore because they're hidden. Are they? No, they're not hidden. But if he keeps responding to their movements with his guys, then he's going to leave his own infantry vulnerable to my infantry. So he can react to my cav movements, or he can just ignore them. Either way, it's going to be beneficial to myself. But so I do have to act fast though, because I am in range of his Balearic Slingers, as you can see. So I can't just sit here. So, but yeah, now my cav's hidden again. Like, they're gonna be intermittently hidden. Yeah, this mountain's pretty much gonna screen their movements here. Forward. Yeah, whenever possible, I like to use the terrain to mask my movements. Not always, though. Riders forward! Riders forward! Alright, so I see that he took all of his guys away from this area, so I'm gonna bring my cat back out here. Really just to observe and also look for opportunities to strike from. But look at how far my cav got. I don't mind running them. You can see the orange on their legs there. That's some moderate fatigue right there. Totally worth it though. But yeah, so as I said, his slingers were just shooting at my guys, so I really can't sit there. So I do have to come forward here. And you can see what I do with my Royal Peltist. I'm swinging them to the sides. I got 2 on this side. They're gonna hook up that way. And then I got 2 on this side. They're slowly but surely gonna swing up that way. And that's also where my general's at too. here's the tactical overhead, what's happened. So that's my Aspis Cav going around this way. See? I got my general going that way, and the other Royal Peltas going the other way. So using a lot of movement here.
Follow me! Cheer, you miserable lots! Cheer!
Alright, so look how close I'm getting to his back line there. And my guys are hidden right now. See those eyes? The eye icon? That means they're hidden. So now, source of Cav's coming around this way. He doesn't see my other Cav, remember. So my goal here was to bring these guys up here, lure this unit chasing me, and get hit by my Aspis, who are now behind this hill. But he sees them now. So he knows what I'm doing. Meanwhile, his slingers are still killing me, but it's not doing damage fast enough. This one's down to 87, but that's concentrated missile fire, though. So it might look bad, but it's not as bad as it could have been. So here comes the Royal Peltas coming up here. Now, Aspis coming down the charge. He stopped chasing my submissives over there. So I'm going to get a downhill charge on these guys, and that's going to cause a huge break in his formation as it reacts to it. So the Royal Peltas are coming up this way.
Double time!
Alright, so downhill charge from my Aspis right into his general unit. But almost immediately his Iberians go bye-bye. Look at that. Tremendous. And then now I got my Royal Peltas coming into the mix. The goal here is to assassinate his general. That's been my goal lately in a lot of battles, is to go for the general. And that'll force him to react everywhere else. Not typically, though. These guys are sitting here, but I'm going to take them eventually and go around the flanks. There you go. But look at this huge disruption in his lines. As he had to respond to my Royal Peltas and my Aspis coming up this way, that left this line completely vulnerable. So I'm bringing out even more pressure. These are my Thorax swords. Confronted by slingers who can't really hold their ground. The shield warriors can, though. I did lose this unit here. That's my Subversive Cav. I wanted to go for a charge on his Balearic slingers, but that failed. But lots of damage over here. A lot of chaos in the back lines, killing more Iberian Cav. My Aspis gained 2 experience there. This one's only at 1, but they're really tired. But they're still going at it. Veteran shield warriors are trying to protect their commander. So I got more pressure coming in though. I got Thorax pikemen coming in from the flanks, or from behind now. Just tearing up his back line. More clashes over here. So yeah, definitely want to take out slingers wherever possible so they stop shooting at my guys. And these are my Royal Peltas coming from the other side. This is my general. I want to get him close to the main battle so that my guys don't break due to morale. And you saw more Lusitanian units breaking back there. Coming in for a charge with my Aspis. I'm losing a unit over there with my other Aspis. They're down to 12. So he intercepted my movement on this side. He did a better job there. Now he can't stand up toe-to-toe with veteran shield warriors, but he can slow them down from joining this fight. So that was his goal here, was really just to slow them down. But in a stand-up fight with no time being a factor, then my guys will easily destroy those dudes over a matter of time.
Understood. Yes, Commander.
So my Thorax here are having a harder time as we're going up against these shield warriors from an unfavorable position. But these guys are doing pretty well. They gained experience even. But I've killed his general by this point. I'm taking all my free units and I'm just going to get some flanking attacks on these guys. These slingers aren't going to last too long. I sent my Aspis ahead to run into them. And now they said my guys will eat these veteran shield warriors alive in a 1-on-1 fight, which is happening right now. These guys aren't doing so well though. But neither are his guys. And my guys coming from behind. These are Royal Peltas. They mean business. They're not going to take crap from these veteran shield warriors. Some might be veterans, but that's all they are. So more free units over here. They destroyed the slingers who weren't going to last too long. So I take this free unit here. I'm going to bash into these guys. Actually, no. I don't bash into them. I reposition them over here. I had aspiration for saving that my thorax over there. And look, I lost my general too. But 56 Royal Peltas can easily take on 53 Veteran Shield Warriors.
For glory!
It's a pretty savage fight. I think the terrain surprised both of us. And yeah, these guys are surrounded here. These Veteran Shield Warriors. But his units are blinking everywhere. And these guys are ready to assist. More Royal Peltas in for the mix. The Royal Rumble. But they won't last that long. These guys don't last that long, I mean. So, that's the end of the battle. Pretty costly, though. Lots of damage. But I'm glad I was able to take out that army, because it almost reached a full stack there, see that? And at large funds, a full stack is pretty important, or even being close to it, because you can easily outflank your opponent and just take advantage of your numbers. But I was able to beat it down, and yeah, use maneuvering to defeat his tactical aims there. But anyways, good game to LanceUppercut. I really enjoyed this battle, and I hope you guys did too.